So your next step would actually be to measure. You want to review the analytics of user engagement. A lot of the tools, Yammer specifically, have this focused area where you can actually go in and see how user engagement is working. You want to see how many users have logged in, what groups are active, who's posting the most, who's liking the most. Those are very important during your launch, because you want something tangible. You want something that you can show to a C-suite, or internally you can say, we have X number of employees that are engaged. Those are great numbers to boast during recruitment. You also want to refine your current use cases and adjust what isn't working. As previously mentioned, you want to be transparent. This is a journey. It's not a race. You're not going to get to an end goal of every single person using it and using it for X, Y, or Z. You're going to have to make adjustments along the way. Then finally,
we need to evaluate what AJ was just talking about. We take a look at the data. We measure the analytics. We take a look at what's working, and by doing so, we're able to adapt what wasn't working, and we make changes to it. Like AJ said, it's a journey. It's not something that's going to be that you're going to implement right away and have it just take off. It's a journey. You're constantly adapting. You're constantly working to make it to make those adjustments to work within your own corporate culture. You drive community management. You do this through the use of power users, people who are actively engaged, that see the benefits of enterprise social. You do this through community managers, people whose job is to make sure that your enterprise social platform is staying on target, it's staying on point, it's not sort of diverging into uses that aren't necessarily corporate focused. People whose job is to run the analytics. People, the community managers, they basically manage the enterprise social platform as a whole. And like AJ said, we can integrate Yammer because the API is open. Something like Yammer can easily be integrated into something like Salesforce or Microsoft CRM, SharePoint. Do they have Box.com? I don't remember.
They do.
So other data repositories like Box or Dropbox or OneDrive for Business.
You want to make it easily accessible for your employees, because you will get higher engagement numbers on something that people can use and have access to. One of the fears is to not want to add something else to your workflow. In this case, you are adding the open API into something people are already using. Mm-hmm. It doesn't add anything else to your workflow. It's not a separate window to log into. And then, as mentioned before, you want to remember that you control the destination of your social journey. You are able to make changes.
We do have recommended steps that we follow, as we just went through there, the 6 steps. Looking at where you want to end up. What's your destination? Where do you want to be? Then you want to plan. You want to figure out how you're going to get there. Then you implement it. You get staff engaged. You start to measure that engagement, and finally, you evaluate those measurements and you adapt to what's working and what isn't working. A lot of the C-suite staff, the executive, the top level guys are going to be looking at those numbers. And once you show them that it's working and you show them how it's working and why it's working, you can easily get them engaged. And once the company, the corporate staff sees that their executives are engaged, they'll be more inclined to become engaged as well. You need internal evangelists, power users, community managers. These are all, key ingredients to these steps to making the social enterprise and this journey successful.
Right? And you can get the executive buy-in and the internal evangelism by having discussions before you do a launch, and to quell those fears that people have.